Well, it's time for the penultimate episode of this Brighton series and our penultimate episode of FM22. We've got a bizarre finish in the Premier League. 26 points separate us in second, but third to seventh separated by just two. We face Manchester United in a Europa League semi-final, and all I can say at the moment is those AI improvements for FM23, they better be pretty drastic. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 17 of Building Brighton with me, Daniel. I think we've built them and I think we've done it pretty successfully, but it could get even better yet. Manchester United, it's a battle of third and fourth in the Premier League, but not in that competition. We play in a Europa League semi-final second leg, and the first one was bizarre enough on its own. And then we face potential champions again, Liverpool, in an FA Cup final in a few weeks. That will be in the last episode tomorrow. But will we have a Europa League final as well? There's only one way to go and find out. If you're looking forward to finding out with me, then please do put a thumbs up on the video and subscribe for daily Football Manager content. My FM23 plans are up in the eye above, along with a number of save ideas and my Twitch channel, where we'll be live daily as soon as the beta's out. We will be doing a giveaway and we've got a Christmas collection out on the merchandise store too. You can find all those other links down in the description below. But thank you as always for coming along, as we are back in pretty chaotic scenes. We've just got through this spell, and this is the last game of it, of the 3 games in 4 days, due to the way that the fixtures have bizarrely been moved. So we were given loads of weeks off in April, and now we're playing every 2 days. So let's see how we've managed to get through that pretty much unscathed, because it's pretty spectacular if I'm being honest. Let's have a look at the schedule so I can show you. We have played, since the Leeds FA Cup semi-final, the dramatic finish to the last episode, all the games have been close and tense. We won 2-1 at West Brom, Losek and Basuma scoring our 2 goals before Callum Morton, former channel hero in FM21 with Derby and their head coach, got one back for the Baggies late on. We drew 2-2 in the first leg against Manchester United. It was bizarre as well. Ronaldo and Rashford had seemingly put them out of sight at the hour mark. Basuma scored a rocket to get one back. And then young Evan Ferguson, off the bench as Losek was injured, Adeyemi could only do 75 minutes. He came on and scored an equaliser. I mean, you just can't write it, can you? We then played Fulham on the Sunday, had to rotate about half the team. Murder and Mepham, 2 of those who came in, scored the goals. And then bizarrely against Liverpool, Tuesday night, we rested everyone from our first team and a few from our second team as well. And we still got a 1-1 draw. And to show you how bad and incompetent the AI are this year, we went 1 down after 5 minutes. We just sort of played behind the ball. I even forgot to change my set pieces, with Adam Lallana going in the playmaker role. So he was at the back post for corners like Sander Berger, like we've seen with Jacob Murder, all big 6-foot+ players. And Lallana, of 5'7", equalised with 15 minutes to go with a free header at the back post from a corner. I mean, if anything could sum up the AI in FM22, it's Liverpool's near first team drawing to our second or third side with a 5'7" centre midfielder scoring one of the first headers of his career at the tender age in his mid-30s. It is bizarre. We did pick up a knock for Losek in that one. You can see loads of other youngsters played, lots of backups, lots of people wanting out. But we got a result, and it's remarkable enough, isn't it? We come up to a run of 3 successive away Premier League games after this. Of course, that follows this away tie against United. But then we finish with 4 successive home games in the league and an FA Cup final too. Leeds, Brentford and Arsenal each separated by 2 days yet again, despite the fact we were given a week off between Getafe's ties and between the FA Cup semi-final and that Europa League quarter as well. If we'd have played those 2 games there, it would have been a normal run-in. I just don't get it. But instead of me complaining, let's get on to the big game tonight. I will take you past the transfer first. I always play realistically, even as we're coming towards the end of this save. We spend the club's money as if it was ours as well. We've got a player coming in the summer. The director of football made the bid. An end of contract signing. 26-year-old Canadian international midfielder and a very solid backup to replace Lallana. So excellent work from him. I think he agreed for 30 grand a week or somewhere near that. So brilliant work. You've got to say, the recruitment at Brighton has been reflected in FM. What hasn't been is some of the AI performances and the lack of offers for some of our players. If Adeyemi came in at 19 and won the Golden Boot in real life, I think you could assure yourself there'd be some very big offers the next year. So maybe that's going to be the enhanced AI that we see in FM23. For now though, we are playing for the right to probably play Milan in the final by what it looks like at the minute. It's United 2, Brighton 2. And although we work hard to get back into that game and got a little bit of luck at home, United at Old Trafford, this could be tricky. So let's go and pick our team. It'll be as strong as possible. We've got to prioritise a chance at a European final. And of course we played 2 days ago, so none of the backups are fit anyway. It means an 11 of Livakovic in goal, Dunk, Webster and Veltman the familiar back three, Lamptey and Cucurella the wing backs, Berger and Basuma at the centre midfielders, and then Zakarian and McAllister behind Adeyemi up front, with 5 fit players on the bench including a keeper and 2 teenagers, and then 2 ones that are less tired than some of the others. Let's go and get into it, it's going to be tough. We haven't got game changers, so we need our first 11 to do a miraculous job. Manchester United are virtually at full strength. Ronaldo still banging in goals. Malum missed a couple of sitters, didn't he, against us in the last episode we played them. Rashford, Pogba, Fernandes, all quality players. If they're at their best, they beat us. I think they're playing 4-4-2. It certainly looks like it from the players they've selected. So we'll see what we come up against. They'll be attacking. We've just got to hope we can hold them off. We're going to drop to balance, we're going to sit behind the ball. It largely worked away at Getafe, but this is a very different level of opposition. United, though, not in the best of form. Well, this has been a pretty poor first half. 37 minutes gone with no attacks at all. And then we get a corner, which Pogba nearly heads in. Cucurella off the line. Back to Pogba again, and Harry Maguire. Thought he was going to shoot for a minute. Sancho does too. Brilliant work from him. Sander Berger intercepts, but it's a desperate clearance from Livakovic. And although it's been an even game, that is by far the best chance of the match. We get to half-time at 0-0 though. We're doing what we do in cup finals. We're keeping it very tight. We're trying to get to extra time and pens. And maybe we can nick another one that we don't deserve. Into the second half at Old Trafford. This might be a bit of a bore fest. I wouldn't want to be following our side in big games, I've got to be honest. As we're back with 62 minutes on the clock, Lamptey putting Adeyemi in for a brilliant save from David De Gea. I mean, if we nick this and get to a European final in our first ever European season, given some of the sides we've played, it would perfectly sum up what's wrong with the AI in this game. I was very deliberate to load every single league in Europe to make sure there could be no greyed out players, no easier ties. But now we're playing a top Premier League team and we're making it look pretty comfortable at the moment to not concede. Subs will have to be made in a minute, that might be a telling part. As Webster plays out from the back, is he going to get caught? Not quite. Dunk into Berger and McAllister. Through to Adeyemi, back to fitness, and look at that turn. Beats the sliding challenge into the box. Just over the bar. Stunning work. And on comes Scott McTominay. A man I've been trying to sign for Brighton for the summer. I did have a go at him in January too. He's on the transfer list for about 15 million. And he might well still come into this club. Arsene Zakarian is going to come off for Trossard. That will be our first sub here. I could really do with Lamptey off, but I've only got Claridge. I'm still going to do it regardless. And then Jacob Murder on for a very fatigued Sander Berg. We keep getting asked about giving him a rest, sending him on holiday for a week. But this is a big finish to the season. I can't afford to lose anyone. Let's go and get through to the last 10 minutes and just hope we can hold on, because extra time wouldn't be a bad outcome here. So it's a long ball forward towards Sancho, who somehow got in behind very easily. Livakovic is wise to the dink. Tried to lob him, tried to be clever. And if he just slid it in the corner, United would be through. Long throw though, they might still do that. McTominay gets it up to Sarabia. Be fitting if he scored the goal against us, wouldn't it? Here he is again at 30 yards out. Finds Fernandes and wide to Diogo Dalot. Chance to cross from near the byline. There's 3 in the middle. Ronaldo's one. It's a good header just over. But it is just over, and it stays 0-0. This is a proper defensive display, this. And with 3 minutes of stoppage time gone, we are into extra time. And let's be fair, United haven't offered a lot either. I know we haven't, but we didn't intend to. They are offering us nothing. The only other fully fit player is Evan Ferguson. The other 2 subs are Mepham and March. But Cucurella is the best player. The 3 centre-halves are doing all right. I don't want to take Adeyemi off. I'm going to leave it for now. We'll come back to it in 10 minutes. Maybe Sanchez for penalties. Do I go that bold? We'll see when we get there. 95 on the clock. And extra time has started pretty boring too. As now Cucurella is the most tired on the pitch. And the header's gone on from Diogo Dalot. So we've got to go winger for fullback. Fresh legs, or fairly fresh legs for fatigue legs. And let's see if it makes a difference. United have deserved it just, and they certainly deserved it based on the first leg. It's taken far longer than it should have. And we're back with a throw for the substitute Solly March into Trossard, another one of them. Can the game changers make an impact? It's a good through ball to Adeyemi. And just like that, United spend 99 minutes trying to score against us. And they might have just blown it in two. Let's have a look at what's given. Goal awarded. It's remarkable. 1-1 on the night. 3-3 on aggregate. The tie continues to be chaotic. I mean, who knows what we're going to produce on Sunday. I'd be not confident in the end as we've conceded again. I wouldn't be confident of getting a result, but who knows with this AI. I can guarantee you one thing though. Any of the starters on the pitch now, they ain't going to be playing on Sunday afternoon. It's half time in extra time. It's 2-1 United. We get to the last 5, we'll push, we'll go for it. But I don't want to go too early because they could score 2 or 3. So we're going to go attacking now. We're going to encourage the lads. One last chance for a bit of heroics. We scored in the 121st minute of the FA Cup semi-final. What can we do here? Mctominay back to Shaw. I will show you Sunday's game with what will be a very rotated side now. As McTominay goes back to Maguire. They are being very professional here. Luke Shaw works down the left. He's got support. Goes back inside to McTominay on a yellow card. To Shaw again. Down the line to Sancho. Winding down the clock. We cannot get near them. And that's a clever pass. Out to Dallow on the right. Scored one of the 2 crucial goals tonight. As it's into Sancho. That's tie over. Manchester United through. But we gave them a scare. Our European run ends at the semi-final. Now the FA Cup is our only chance at a trophy. And our only chance at the Champions League is a top 4 finish. We'll get to the first of those games on Sunday. But it's Manchester United who eventually progress here. And it's fitness test time, and there's going to be a lot of changes. Adeyemi, Dunk, Lamptey, 3 among many that are not fit just from this page. So let's go and sort out an 11 that we can possibly throw together. I'm guessing it'll be similar to the Liverpool game, but that didn't end too badly, did it? Let's see what happens this time. Well, 3 half-fit game changers at the bottom of the substitutes list, but let's be honest, we're not in great shape here. From the Thursday night side, I think Livakovic, Veltman and Zakarian are the only 3 who survive, and the latter there was substituted anyway. The rest of the team around it, you got Van Heck and Mepham coming into the back 3, Kelvin and March the wing-backs, Jack and Murdoch back into midfield but apparently can't do 90, and then Gruss and Trossard behind Hlozek up front. Fully fit players on the bench, Tarkowski, Claridge, Lallana, Richards and Ferguson. Whether they'll be needed or we have to go for the big guns, we'll wait and see. But don't forget, after that, we get to Wednesday and we've got 4 games in a week. So we might have to be a bit careful. Away to Aston Villa, the top 4. It's going to be so tough here. Whether or not we can hold on, I just don't know. Well, David Moyes' Villa side, it's not really that changed from the start. Only Alex Krell, who was obviously with him at West Ham the first season. Otherwise, that first 11 is pretty much the same. You have got a couple of additions on the bench, but let's be honest, it's about fitness here. They've probably had a week off, I would imagine. Let's have a quick look at when they last played. Villa, last Saturday, but they have lost 7 of their last 9 matches. They might not be in great shape either. It's confidence versus fitness. It's first team versus reserves. Which one comes out on top? Let's get to the first half and find out. Well, Manchester United have taken the lead at Leicester and it's the effervescent Ronaldo scoring the goal. Here we've gone to our sort of balanced away approach. We're playing to stay in the game for 60-70 minutes and then maybe we'll push at the end. We've had no shots, none on target, but it's 0-0 at half time. It is not exciting or pretty to watch, but I make no apologies. It's effective. Let's get through the dressing room. We've almost come full circle in this save, haven't we? We've basically gone back without Adeyemi up front to what we did in our first few games, which was play desperately for 0-0 draws. And we're doing exactly the same here. We have now mustered a shot, not hit the target albeit, but now we do have one. And we've got to throw it right back with Kelvin to Jack and Murder. Kelvin again, don't get caught there. Veltman, back to the keeper Livakovic and out the other side to Mepham. If we could nick some sort of result here, it'd be a fabulous effort. Mepham up to Trossard. Through ball to Hlozek. He's 1-on-1. The Villa defence has parted. Oh, he's missed it. He's just not quite the same, is he? And now we've got the really tough decision with 25 odd minutes to go. Do we go for the game changers that aren't quite fit? Or do we go for the youngsters who are fresh? I just don't know. I think I'm going to go game changers, to be honest, as Lavakovic just hammers a volley downstairs. It's an old beer advert, that one, as Hlosek gets on the end of it but can't make it stick. And particularly helping my decision is the fact that him and March are the best two players on the pitch, or the worst two players, I should say. And with Cucurella among the substitutes alongside the mighty Adeyemi, as Ings is in, and now our decision has been made. 26 minutes left, let's get the big guns on. Cucurella, left wing back. Adeyemi up front. McAllister on 4. Pascal Gross. We'll go back to positive, our natural game plan. Now let's see how it pays off. 26 minutes to rescue a result, but this was coming. It was just a game too far. And here we are with a Villa long throw on the left from Matty Cash, headed away by Van Heck. McAllister can't get there though, and here comes the second wave. Cash gets the ball in the centre of the park, gives it to Douglas Luiz, and back to Konza. He carries it forward, again not much pressure, good through ball to Buendia, to the byline he gets, back to Ings, into Idrissi, and that's game over. 2-0 Villa. Unfortunately, we're going to have to berate the lads, because defensively we have dried up second half. But I can't blame them. They've put in such an effort. The fixture scheduling has absolutely caned us. And we've got no chance now. Jacob Murder's picked up a knock. Do you know what? 5 to go. I think I might take him off, look after him. Although it's only a bruise. We get to the 90th minute. We'll take him off now. 4 minutes added on. No change to the scoreline. Aston Villa 2, Brighton 0. And we've just run out of fit players. It's as simple as that. We now head into 4 games in 7 days before the FA Cup final. God knows who'll be fit for that, but it'll be our final episode tomorrow. Let's get through to the schedule and confirm when that is. For Jacob Murder, it might look good that he's only injured for 8 days, but that actually means 3 fixtures the way we're going at the minute. If I show you the schedule, before the FA Cup final, we have got Wednesday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, and then Liverpool. We're going to be back for that. The FA Cup final at Wembley, everything's geared towards it. And if we have to throw the league games to make it happen, then fine. Because we won the FA Cup last year. It's what led to all of this success. We're going to try our best to do it again. That and our final game against Spurs will make up the episode tomorrow. And then hopefully we'll get a nice present with the beta not long after. We can get cracking with our FM23 plans. Those are up in the eye above with loads of save ideas. But if you did enjoy this one, 2 defeats in a row, that hasn't happened for a while, then please do put a thumbs up on it and subscribe for daily Football Manager content. I hope you're looking forward to the new game as much as me. If you're stuck for inspiration, then do check out those videos up in the eye above. But my FM23 plans are above my head now. Give them a go, and I'll see you here tomorrow for the grand finale with Brighton.